So now we're going to walk through the process of developing RC paper. With RC paper, there are 3 chemicals that are involved: the developer, the stop bath, and the fixer. Once you've exposed your paper, you bring it to the chemicals, and the first one you use is the developer. If you look up at our sheet on the wall, developer, you put the paper in the developer for 1.5 minutes. So we'll start that process now. We have our timer up here, so we'll get it set. And then put it in and make sure that it's under all of the liquid of the developer so that it processes evenly. And then spend the time agitating the tray so that the developer keeps moving over the print. And then as it develops, you'll see the image show up on the paper. At about 15 seconds, I take my paper out to let it drip some of the chemicals off so it doesn't contaminate as much as the next one. And now we move into the stop bath, and just a reminder, do not mix the tongs from the developer into the stop bath. And then you leave your paper in the stop bath for 30 seconds, and it stops the chemical process of the developer. And this, also with this one, you agitate as well. With all of the chemicals, you agitate so that there's a constant flow over the paper. And then at about 5 seconds, I take this one out and let it drip off. And we move into the fixer. And in the fixer, it stays in there for 2 minutes. And so make sure it's submerged, and then agitate for 2 minutes. And then just as a reminder, when we can check the paper after it's done fixing, we can take it outside and check there. All the ones that have fixer, all the trays that you use to put the paper from the fixer to check it outside go inside the sink, and then the trays up on top are what we use after we wash it to take it into the RC dryer. Also, another thing is make sure you have a towel with you, because the whole process you will be dealing with things that are wet, so it's better to have a towel so you're not dripping on the floor. Then next we take it from the fixer into our wash. And what this does is it stops all the chemicals from working on the paper. We just got to double check that because people use both fiber and RC paper, they wash separately. Just make sure that the right one's turned on in here. And then this will continuously have water flowing over it, and that'll clean it off. You just leave it in here for 5 minutes, and you make sure that it stays in here for 5 minutes, because once you take it to the RC dryer, it has to be cleaned of all chemicals, otherwise it will contaminate other photos and it can destroy photos if they're not all cleaned off.